Hello, everybody. Hopefully you can hear me well. For me, the Hopian interface is a little bit shuddering right now, but I hope you can see at least a little bit of a slideshow of myself and a little bit of a slideshow that I'm willing to share with you. So this is the first time when on Near Town Hall we are presenting Aurora project, right? You probably remember me from the previous town halls. I was a product manager for the Rainbow Bridge. And now what we are doing is we are creating a separate brand that is called Aurora. And we are doing a spin-off. So Aurora now is a separate company. So my title right now is actually a CEO of that company, right? So, but obviously the talk is not about myself, right? The talk is about the project that we are building together, right? So what is Aurora? Aurora is our solution to extend Ethereum economy. This is the project that consists of two separate pieces that you previously might have known from the previous calls and previous interviews. One is the Rainbow Bridge itself. Another one is an EVM. It was called an EVM. Not a very nice naming for the feature, I would say. But together we are gathering this under the single brand that is Aurora. So what is in fact Aurora? So the most simple way how you can think about Aurora is the scalability solution, or as these solutions are often called nowadays, is an L2 to Ethereum, right? So our task and our goal is to ease the scaling of the Ethereum applications. And obviously, you know quite a lot about Ethereum and its high transaction fees and just a pretty ginormous Ethereum ecosystem that wants to grow even more. And unfortunately, there is no place on Ethereum blockchain to do it, right? The solution that Ethereum Foundation provides to the Ethereum community is F2.0. But this solution is still in the development, and there will be some time until this solution is going to be live in the market. So in the meantime, there are other solutions that are developing, and their focus is to help to solve the Ethereum scalability problems right here, right now. And Aurora is one of these solutions. We have a little bit of specifics that is behind these solutions, and I believe many things connected with Aurora are not the same as in other projects. And first of all, Aurora is not a separate blockchain. It is not a thing that is working outside of the blockchain. Aurora is a smart contract that is working on top of Near blockchain. And because of this, Aurora can inherit all of the good features of Near blockchain. And there are many of them, right? The low cost of transactions, fast finality times, or like the confirmation of the transactions, and also ability to shard the blockchain, right? And what we blockchain. So what we have put in the core of Aurora. Inside of Aurora is the EVM implementation that is called Sputnik VM. It is developed by Parity Tech, and now Aurora engineers are contributing also to it. Obviously, our contribution is still small, but we are on ramping there pretty actively. So we have the EVM runtime, right? Or the EVM environment where we can execute transactions. Now, what transactions can be sent there? Literally any Ethereum transactions. This can be transactions for transferring tokens. This can be uploading of Ethereum smart contracts, any Ethereum smart contracts, right? Or this can be, interactions with these smart contracts, like using the lending protocols, using DeFi, any other DeFi protocols, or working with NFTs, right? Moreover, Aurora works also out of the box with all of the tooling that is there in the Ethereum ecosystem. And the way how it is implemented is that the interface to Aurora is mimicking absolutely the same interface. It is called Web3 JSON RPC that is used for Ethereum mainnet. So our connection point is absolutely the same, which means that all of the different tools that are there in the market, everything that you get used to, they are able to work with this interface, including MetaMask, Truffle, Hardhat, Remix, and anything that you can imagine from the Ethereum ecosystem, including all of the existing front ends of different applications. They are all going to be interoperable with Aurora. And, well, not going to be, they are interoperable with Aurora, right? And we are going even further. Actually, we are saying that the Aurora base token is ETH. And by saying base token, I mean that this is the token that users need to spend in order to pay for fees inside of Aurora. This was not a very simple solution for us, because obviously on Near blockchain, users need to pay Near tokens for the transactions. And how we connected it, how we made it, well, this is a little bit of magic happening behind the scenes here. But for the users, it is completely transparent. In MetaMask, you will see at last gas prices of 0.1 GVE, and this is going to be constant for usage of the Aurora. And by saying constant, I mean just the prices that are going to be, the prices are going to be very, very small in comparison to Ethereum right now. And the cost of the transaction is somewhere around 1 to 2 cents.
So Alex, can I just ask a question real quick to kind of summarize what you just went over? So if I understand you correctly, Aurora essentially is going to be offering extremely Ethereum-like usability experiences on Near, so that Ethereum developers or Ethereum users can use existing Ethereum products as if it was on Ethereum, meaning there's an ETH-based token, meaning they can connect with MetaMask and use all the common familiar tools they're used to, but it'll actually run on a Near smart contract. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely right. Absolutely right. Okay, so now we have the runtime, or we have the place where to run the smart contracts. Now we are missing one additional piece, is ability to move the tokens and ability to move the assets and data from Ethereum to Aurora, right? We don't want Aurora to be completely separated from Ethereum, right? We are extending Ethereum ecosystem, right? This is our goal. It's not launching a fork of Ethereum, right? So that's why we need to allow this interoperability. And Rainbow Bridge was a step towards this direction, right? And as you know, around 3 months ago, we have launched Rainbow Bridge. And already at the moment, we have more than 5 million worth of tokens, different tokens, including ERC20s and Near token itself, bridged over the bridge. The bridge is working. Everything is good with it. There were no problems with it, I would say. There were no problems with the smart contracts. Sometimes there are some issues happening with the relayers and providers who provide to us RPC access to Near and to Ethereum blockchains, but this is not influencing the funds and anything like that. So the security of the breach was actually proved by the security audit that was happening exactly 1 year ago. And now, since we understand that since that moment in time, we have introduced some changes, not a lot, but still introduced some of them. We have scheduled an additional audit that is going to happen in the end of summer, in the beginning of autumn. Actually, right now, there is an audit happening to help us prove that wrapped Near implementation is correct. So we are doing audits. We are taking security at a very top as our top priority. So we are going forward with it. Right now, Rainbow Bridge supports any ERC20, ETH, and actually Near bridging from Ethereum to Near, and we are finalizing this for Aurora. And last but not least, just remember the design of the Rainbow Bridge is done in a way that it allows anything to be bridged, right? It's not only the token bridge, it's any arbitrary data bridge and also a cross-chain contract calls bridge. And for these things, users need to, or like developers need to implement specific connectors that are working with the bridge. And these connectors are using this bridge as just a service to prove that some events were happening on the other chain. So if you're thinking of a use case where some operations need to be performed in the high cost and high value environment like Ethereum, though other operations need to be performed in the lower cost environment like Near, then I believe creating a connector to the Rainbow Bridge is probably the best thing that you can find in the market right now. And to be more specific about Aurora, right? So Rainbow Bridge is a separate brand, right? But now we're talking about Aurora and what actually you are able to do with Aurora itself. Well, we have a separate thing that is called Aurora Bridge. It is accessible on the Aurora website. And right here, right now, on the Aurora testnet, ETH and ERC20 tokens may be bridged already. On the mainnet, last Friday we launched ETH transfers, and pretty soon we are going to launch ERC20 transfers. And obviously we are testing it right now, testing these transfers right now on the testnet. But pretty soon, I believe it's a matter of days, and we are going to enable it on the mainnet. And now any DeFi application will be able to deploy absolutely the same smart contracts which they are using on the Ethereum mainnet and work with absolutely the same tokens that are bridged from Ethereum mainnet to Aurora.
So Alex, real quickly, what was the timeline you said of when that's going to become possible or when that is starting to already happen?
So on the mainnet, ETH transfers are already there. ERC20 transfers are going to be there in a matter of days from now. So I believe by the end of the week, there is a super high probability that these transfers will be already live.
Wow. So maybe just to recap for everybody, Aurora has its own bridge top of the Rainbow Bridge. The Rainbow Bridge is fully permissionless and decentralized, and actually it's the bridge infrastructure that will be able to be replicable across other chains as well beyond Ethereum. And that's actually, I think, a very tactical move that the Near team is planning on pursuing in the coming months. For Aurora itself, though, I think what we're able to understand is that there's going to be very seamless interconnectivity between Ethereum and Near, but really Ethereum and Aurora, so that it is a semblance as if you're still on Ethereum with everything included in that.
Right, that's true. The only thing that that you will need to, as a user, you will experience that MetaMask at some point in time will propose you to change the network to Aurora, and you just need to click OK and work with the same application in the same front-end interface as usual. Now let's talk a little bit about governance, because this is a topic that I believe many of you are interested in. And so the question is how Aurora is going to be governed, right? How? Because this is a complex smart contract. You need to figure out how to work with it, right? So the answer here is the following. Look, we are playing the hard modes of the ultimate compatibility, of the ultimate bridge, and we just cannot do any shortcuts and say that, well, Aurora developers are going to hold the full control of the Aurora smart contract. We just cannot do this. So in order to do the governance, we are launching a DAO. Well, that is going to be called Aurora DAO, right? And it is going to be based on Sputnik version 2. You probably know Sputnik DAO. It has more than 100 DAOs already launched on your blockchain with the usage of this smart contract. So we are going to use it absolutely the same way. And then this DAO, and we will invite there to this DAO, or like we are inviting to this DAO, all of the major players from the Ethereum ecosystem. Because Aurora, again, is a project for Ethereum ecosystem. We want it to be governed by the Ethereum ecosystem itself. And initially, we think that around maybe 25, 30, or something like that, members are going to be composed in what we call the DAO committee. And later on, additional people are going to be added to this, added to the DAO, depending on how the DAO is going to vote and what are going to be the goals of the DAO. And obviously, the question that appears is, but wait a minute, what is then Aurora Token? When it is going to be there, right? Well, the answer is pretty simple. There is no Aurora Token right now. Users are paying ETH for their transaction fees. On the protocol level, it is near token that is spent for the to pay for transactions, right? But this is completely transparent for the users, and all of this black magic is happening behind the scenes, right? So it is only 2 tokens that are right here, right now, appreciating the value of Aurora project. This is ETH, because this is just a new use case for ETH as a token. And it is near because all of the operations are happening on near blockchain, so it is naturally for near token to appreciate this value. However, I can say to you that the DAO might decide to launch Aurora Token. It is a big question what this token is going to do and what is going to happen with it. And this is completely up to the DAO to decide. This was our intention from the very beginning, not to launch Aurora Token, do everything in a decentralized manner, because we truly believe in decentralization, and we understand that there is literally no way how to do the proper project in the blockchain vertical without proper governance and proper launching of the token and all of that stuff, right? So we just cannot see how these things might be done by a single company. We would like to see it as a decentralized decision. So, short answer, there is no Aurora Token. If anyone tries to sell your Aurora Token, this is just a scam. And it's only the DAO who will be able to issue the token and to work with it according to its rules.
If I can just summarize this, Alex, and correct me if I'm wrong, but what I'm understanding is quite actually fantastic for both the Ethereum community and the Near community, because in essence, what Aurora is going to do is it's going to bring over Ethereum projects that need to scale and give them a cost-effective scalability solution as if it was built natively on Ethereum. But as you just mentioned, Near is still going to be used beneath the surface to pay for transaction fees. So the Near community will most definitely benefit from the onloading of projects onto Aurora. Is that all more or less aligned with what we were discussing?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So what else? The next point here is our plans for the future, right? Aurora has lots of additional features that are coming, right? And I was telling you about the compatibility, I was telling you about the DAO, but this is something that is going to be implemented pretty soon. What about autumn? What about next year? And I believe we have here multiple interesting features for you, including the following. First of all, we would like to launch the fast token transfers over the bridge, including Rainbow Bridge and Aurora Bridge both. And by saying fast token transfers, I mean the token transfers that are going to be finalized within minutes. And your experience of using the bridge will be absolutely the same as the experience of using Ethereum, and with all of the respective delays in transactions, in transaction confirmation on Ethereum. So 30 seconds, minutes, several minutes, this is something that you can expect with this additional feature. We would like also to help people to denominate the fees on Aurora, not only in ETH, but also in other ERC20s. And many are hoping to get this feature and to help denominate the fees in stable coins, right? Because then it looks like, okay, so the fee is more or less fixed. It is not dependent on the exchange rate. So all cool. This is something that also our, all of this black magic that is happening behind the scenes with Near and Aurora and ETH token, it will help us to implement this. This feature is not far from now. And last but not least is that we would like to launch the Hide the Blockchain user experience that will actually help to connect Web2 world to the blockchain. And we have all of the constituents of this solution, because just think of this. We have the execution environment of the Ethereum, which is what is called, which many people are calling Web3, right? So the blockchain decentralized, and okay, my cat is here. Blockchain decentralized and secure, right? And another thing that we have with Near blockchain is the fast confirmation times, right? So, which means that transactions can be settled in seconds, right? And 1 second or 2 second time is something that you expect from the Web2 application, right? And this is pretty cool. So we are able to bridge these two worlds together with Aurora, and we have some cool ways how we can do this. And last but not least, I do not know whether you are following the sharding progress on Near blockchain pretty closely, but the chain team is doing a great job right now, and in the final stages of testing of sharding, and there is a plan to release sharding this autumn, which means that the sharded version of Aurora can start, the development of sharded version of Aurora can start this year, and obviously we will be able to deliver it next year. So sharded version of Aurora that will allow for horizontal scalability of Ethereum applications is not that far.
Wow, Alex, first of all, I think this is a good moment for the Near ecosystem to kind of all together reflect on the fact that we're early to what Aurora is going to be bringing into Near. And from this roadmap that we see, and with what you mentioned as Web2 compatibility on top of this, I think Aurora is shaping up to be an absolute monster in its own right that should undoubtedly be, put in the same discussion as the Polygons, the Arbitrums, the Optimisms, the Starkwares that are building out on Ethereum as well. Is there any final thoughts that you'd like to leave with the Near community going forward to expect from Aurora? Timelines, dates, onboarding, public events, anything of that sort?
Right. So in general, all of the info related to Aurora, people, well, users and developers and anyone are able to find on the Aurora website. It's pretty simple, aurora.dev. You can also follow us on Twitter and in Telegram. And since we have more than 200 people on the call, I invite everybody to screenshot our new YouTube channel, specifically devoted to Aurora. Unfortunately, it has this long name because of the restrictions of the YouTube. We need to have 100 subscribers there to choose a custom URL there. So I'm inviting everybody to go search it, or just follow this URL and subscribe to Aurora YouTube channel. This will allow us to have a shorter URL, obviously, And the most important thing is that you will be able to see every Friday, 15 minutes, starting at 1300 UTC. We have a 15 minutes call that we called Friday Alpha Leaks. And this is the moment when we are sharing all of the new, juicy, fresh information about Aurora and everything that is connected to it, and everything that we have been working there. And just to leave you with the final thoughts, Aurora is fully operational both on testnet and mainnet. It is waiting for your smart contracts to be launched without zero changes. It is there to integrate with all of the existing tools. So if you're a developer, I believe the most simple way how you can extend your project and allow for additional markets is just to go it and try it out and share your feedback with us. I guarantee that using Aurora is extremely simple for the developers and for the users both. So let's kickstart this ecosystem together. I believe we have a great product that can bring lots of value to Ethereum and to Near both. Thanks, everyone.